starting now. All right. So thank you guys for hopping on. I really appreciate it. I know that most of you have early mornings and it's pretty late to be hopping on team calls, so we just appreciate your time. So we had, we did open up a Q&A in each of our team pages, and we want to kind of just breeze through some of those questions and answer them. We chose the ones that we thought would benefit the entire team the most. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first one. If you guys, I would really highly recommend you guys take notes. This will be recorded, but definitely take notes. If you've been on team calls before and you have a lot of these questions and you haven't written them down, the reason why it's probably not sticking in your brain is because you haven't written them down. So make sure that you write them down so you can always refer back to them. Chelsea and Rob always tell us that smart people take notes. So we're like note freaks. All right, so our first question was, actually, the first question is grouped with a bunch of questions, and it's all about challenge groups. So write challenge groups on your piece of paper and underline it. All right, here we go. So the first one is, how do you invite to challenge groups and how do you get them started? So Serena, did you want to do this one? I can't remember if it was me or you.
Yeah, sure, I'll start. I will start. So I don't know, like, which of you are brand new coaches. I mean, I know some of you guys. Okay, cool. Erin, and I know Liz is getting into it now. So when I first became a coach, what I did, I was just super blunt with people. I just reached out to all my good friends and I was like, hey, I'm starting a fitness group. I explained what it is. You know, it's a private group on Facebook. We're going to help each other reach our goals. We're going to get healthy, and it's a learning experience, and we're going to motivate each other. I was just super honest because I didn't know anything like any better, you know? So you could obviously take that route, and I see nothing wrong with it, just being direct and to the point. And obviously there are other ways to do it, like, you know, building relationships and really getting to know the person first, which is my best recommendation. It's always about getting to know people so you know their specific goals, how you can help them, because, you know, let's say, for example, you want to do 21-day fixed challenge group, okay? And you message someone and you're like, hey, I'm having a 21-day fixed challenge group. Do you want to join? Most people are going to go, what the F are you talking about, right? So if you're going to be blunt and direct, you have to make sure that you word it correctly so you don't confuse the crap out of people. I would keep it simple and say, you are putting together a health and fitness group.
Bye, Bear.
And motivate.
Love you, baby.
Keep it super
I
simple.
love you too, Kylie.
Sorry. I just heard you say that.
I'm like, what's going on? So that's my advice as far as inviting to challenge groups. And once you really establish a relationship with somebody, you can take it even further, because you're going to know their goals. You're going to know specifically what they want and what they need. And then, you know, you've got that trust there. You've got that solid foundation. So, sorry, I'm trying to plug my laptop in.
And another thing that I want to add in, which will probably be mentioned again, is if you're first starting out as a new coach and you want to run a challenge group, I think I speak for Serena as well, but our best advice is to do a free one. So when I first became a coach, literally had no idea what I was doing, guys. Like, I was doing Insanity, and I was like, well, this is cool. Like, maybe someone else will want to do this with me. So I opened up this challenge group, and a challenge group is just a Facebook group that you can easily click on the left-hand side. It just says create group. You open it up, you make a title, And then what I did was I posted on my page that I was going to be running this accountability group, and it's for anyone and everyone. It doesn't have to be a specific Beachbody program, or if you have a Beachbody program that you haven't used or you have never finished and you started before, then you're more than welcome. So I had runners in there, I had CrossFitters in there, I had people who did Insanity, I had other people who like to do yoga or just go on walks or something like that. So it was just a community of people that I opened up just to have an extra support system and to be able to encourage them and have a community of people, of like-minded people doing the same things and reaching for the same goals. I think don't let this scare you and make you think that you have to have this standard, but just opening that up to anybody, I think I had like 86 people in that group, and that was really cool. And knowing not having any idea of how to run a challenge group, it didn't last the full 30 days, but that doesn't matter because I still made connections with those people and I still rooted them on at a time when they needed me the most. And a lot of those people are still sticking with me now, which is really cool. I still, keep in contact with them. So, and then once you start to run free groups and you start to gain trust with a lot of these people, it's a little bit easier to be like, hey, I have this awesome 21-day fix program that I'm doing. It's really taught me a lot. It doesn't have to be 21-day fix. It could be anything. Maybe you'd be interested in joining, or hey, I'm really drinking this awesome shake that I love. It's super healthy for you. Would you ever want to give it a try, or something like that? So don't feel like you have to be all salesy and weird. Like, just be cool. Like, just be normal. And that's all. And you're just making suggestions and recommendations like you would if you went out to a restaurant or something. So don't overthink it. When you overthink it, you tend to paralyze yourself. So just stick to super simple and you'll be good to go, I promise.
And I've really found that if you're honest, which is what you should be all the time, but if you're honest, people are going to appreciate that. Even if you say, look, I'm really new at this and I kind of don't really know what I'm doing, but I think it'd be cool if we try this together.
Yeah.
People might really respect that and appreciate it instead of like forcing products down their throat making it seem like you're just out to get their dollar, and I think actually what Marissa said can transition really well into the topic of free groups, but I know we still have a few more things to talk about with challenge groups.
And we are going to probably maybe post tomorrow some of the webinars that kind of relate to challenge groups that are on Inside Shred Nation, or if you have I don't know the term, itch in your pants. I don't know. If you have an itch to get it started.
It sounds like a personal problem, Marissa. It might be
that's not If you have the itch to look at it tonight, then go to InsideShredNation.com and you can see that there's a bunch of archives of all of the Shred Nation, which is your upline team, Chelsea and Rob's team that they built. They have all of the recorded webinars back from probably 2012. And every topic is laid out in a really organized way that it would just be easy to pull ones up that you feel like you're struggling with at that time. Whew. Okay, next question is, how long do you run your challenge groups for? So it depends. If you're running a free group, I would not recommend running one for more than 30 days. I say that because you're giving away free content and you don't want people to take advantage of that. You have to remember at the end of the day that you are running a business, and in order to reach your goals, your financial goals, whatever it is, you're going to have to sell some stuff. Like, that's the end of the story. But you want to do them often, but I wouldn't do them for a whole month long, maybe 5, 7, 10 days. That way you get your content out there, you're giving away free stuff, but you're not getting what's the word? I don't know, taken advantage of, really. As far as people paying for, like if you were to sell someone a challenge pack and they're doing 21-day fix, you would do it for the 21 days. Or if you're doing PIO, you would do it for the 60 days. You know, it kind of depends though, because a lot of the time people don't have the attention span to do a 60-day or a 90-day challenge group. So you might have to kind of break it into sections. So you can do a 30-day group, or you can do a 21-day group and have, you know, a week of like an off week in between, and then go ahead and roll over into your next month that people continue, you know, their workout program. But that's really, use that to your discretion. There's no right or wrong way to do challenge groups. You're just going to have to, you know, do it with trial and error. There's going to be times where it sucks. There's going to be times where, you know, it goes really well. There's going to be seasons where no one's doing anything, but you just have to keep going because it's just seasons. Not everyone is always in that right. Oh my God, what is the word I'm looking for? Mind frame?
Frame of mind.
Frame of mind.
English is awesome right now.
Okay, I have a question. Do the challenge packs come in like what? Like I don't even know what that is really. Is that like specifically for challenge groups or?
Shakeology and a workout program.
But do they come in like all the workout programs?
No. So like if someone wants PIO, they can get PIO and Shakeology, and that's a challenge pack.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk more about that later because there comes other stuff with that, but don't worry about that right now. But yeah, but a challenge pack is important. That's like the ultimate package for people to reach some serious goals and crush them. Anyway, I think I totally went on a tangent. People aren't usually in the frame of mind, whatever. I can't think.
We get it. Can I add something about the free groups?
Yeah.
If you don't mind? So it's just another perspective, and in my opinion, there is seriously no right way and no wrong way to do it. I do agree with Marissa 100% that you don't want to make a free group for too long, because I mean, like, helping people is obviously the main goal, but there does come a point in time where you do have to make sure that you're putting your priorities first. So you can't be doing stuff for free all the time, especially if you're interested in this as a business. I have had a free group running for the entire month of October. I have had previous groups for only 10 days, for only 2 weeks. I've had a running free group. And really all of it was just because of, you know, trying to figure out what worked for me. And I realized that a month is the absolute longest that I can handle, because like Marissa said, people really do start to take advantage. And you have to, it's hard to draw that line between being helpful and being a doormat. So I think it would be cool to do, you know, a free 5-day, like Monday to Friday, clean eating group, or a 10-day portion control group, which, you know, you can easily transition into the 21-day fix. And it doesn't even have to be about stuff pertaining to Beachbody. Like, if you've got something, you know, that you're really passionate about, and you know other people in your life are passionate about it too. Let's say, for example, I teach Zumba. So I could somehow figure out how to make a free group based on Zumba. You know, think about what you like and what your friends are into, and you can devise a free group based on that. And then, yeah, that's like the best way to build your clientele, is building relationships and letting people know that, look, I'm not making a profit off you, but I still want to help you because that's what I do. I want to help. Yeah.
I've noticed can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go.
With my free groups, I won't do more than 5 days because by like the weekend. I do Monday through Friday because by Saturday and Sunday, I have noticed with my past couple of free groups that people tend to kind of stop commenting, stop posting, and it just kind of dies out. So after this last one, Jackie and I we did a 7-day one, and after Friday, nobody posted anything. Her and I were, but nobody else was. So I think for like the free stuff, a 5-day Monday through Friday, like a clean eating group is what we did. I won't do more than 5 days now because you put so much energy into making those posts, and then to have nobody interacting, it's a waste of time, I feel like.
Yeah, and it might be a good idea too to cut it off before it dies down, so that way it still keeps people interested and like, oh, I still want more of this. You know? Go ahead, Sue.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I really have noticed that with Facebook, people are just not engaging over the weekends because the weekends are the time, you know, you spend with your family, your husband you don't see all week, your wife that whatever, you know, your kids, you go to parties. So people don't really care as much about the groups. But I don't want you to think that you're wasting your time because there still will be people who are reading the posts, even if they're not commenting. There's always going to be silent observers. So don't try not to put yourself in the mindset that you're wasting your energy and you're wasting your time, because I promise you that even one person is still watching. But yeah, I've noticed that with Facebook, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are the big days. People are super engaged, especially on Monday. And then, you know, come Thursday, it's like, oh my God, it's almost Friday. I can't wait to get out of work. And that's all people think about. Friday, forget it. People want out of work. All they care about is going out, spending their weekends, and then the weekend comes. So, you know, just keep that in mind as far as groups and participation and people being engaged, that, you know, it's pretty common for that to happen.
Yeah, good advice. And just to go back to the beginning, that, you know, your free groups, like Serena said, doesn't have to be anything related to Beachbody. It could be, you know, here's a week of like a confidence builder challenge group, or if you go to Pinterest, guys, like Pinterest, Google stuff, like this is not rocket science, I promise. We don't pull things, you know, we're not that creative that we just make this awesome stuff. Like, we take it from Google and from Pinterest. Like, if you Pinterest, you know, fitness challenges, you're going to come up with a squat challenge or a push-up challenge or a burpee challenge. Like, do free groups like that. Those are fun. People love that stuff.
It's a good transition into a full program. You know, people need a baseline and a foundation. You know, do like a freaking week-long plank challenge or something, and then get them into plyo. You know, like, it can all be tied together.
All right. Oh my gosh, we still have a lot more questions, so we got to keep moving.
On to our social media.
I mean, we can breeze through these real quick. So when do you restart them or close them all together?
Well, it's kind of like what you said before. It's really up to you. If you feel like your group is dead and you're not feeling it, I mean, I wouldn't cut it early. I would make sure that you set that expectation. This is a 21-day group. This is a 15-day group. Don't cut it off earlier than that, because you're just going to shortchange everybody. But don't keep it going just because you feel like you have to. You know, like, if you want to do a revolving group where new people get added, that's fine.
That actually worked really, really well for me for a while.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And you can close the group and restart a whole new one next month. It really depends on what is comfortable, you know, how you feel comfortable. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. If you know, if it's working for you, then it's working for you.
Yeah, there's no rules, guys. Like, the ball's in your court. You can do whatever you want with this. Yep. So what do you post in your challenge groups? I post motivational, inspirational things that I pull from Pinterest, from Google, things I find on Facebook. I post sweaty pictures of my workout. quotes from time to time. I talk about my struggles. I post pictures of, my food or, but you don't want to be the only one that's posting because that's super, super boring. So I guess it kind of leads to the next question of how do you get people to engage with posts in challenge group. You can give incentives. You're gonna have to, if you're really serious about building your business, you're gonna have to invest back into your business, which means you might have to buy a $10 bag of Shakeology cups or box of Shakeology cups, or do some Shakeology samples or something like that. But those are things that you can give away. Serena's really, really good at this stuff in her group. She does incentives all the time, so I'm sure she can give you lots of good ideas of what she does in her groups too, and Ashley too.
Yeah, you can, even before you do incentives, you can just do silly little challenges where you tag somebody and make them do something, and then they have to tag somebody, and sometimes those die out, and if that happens, just keep the ball rolling. Tag somebody else, or you could do like a point system. For every sweaty selfie you post, you get a point. For every healthy food picture, you get a point. And then at the end of the group, whoever has the most points, then you can send them like a cute little water bottle or Shakeology.
That's what I do.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? And I think that point system, actually, funny story. Before I became a coach, I was in a free clean eating group with another Beachbody coach. I won that point system game. She never sent me my prize.
Aww.
You don't count. You're a coach.
But let me tell you something. I did not sign up with her. But yeah,
Before you became a coach.
What?
Before you became a coach?
Yeah, this was before I became a coach. This was like 10 months before I became a coach.
Also, just to bounce off that again, if you, I would raise your standards actually when it comes to challenge groups. And you're going to make mistakes. Like I said, sometimes they're going to suck, sometimes they're going to be good. What I've been doing for the past probably 6 months, which is now catching up to me, I have been focusing on smaller groups, more intimate groups, but now I notice that the smaller your groups are, the less engagement you're going to have, because this entire business is a numbers game. So the more people that you talk to, the more people that you invite, the more people are going to, or it's going to feel like they're going to be engaging on your post in your challenge group. So if you have 15 people in your challenge group, you might only have 1 or 2 people posting. It might make you feel like a total failure. Doesn't mean that you are a failure, but for the next group, maybe if you aim for 50 people, you might have 10 people that are in your group, and it might make you feel a little bit better. So that's my advice.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of thought that, how there's always those challenges where you can like post a picture for 30 days?
Yeah.
I kind of thought that would be a good idea in the challenge group, because then that kind of holds them accountable to like find a picture of like the workout, but every day for the 30 days or however long it would be different. Like something with food or a sweaty workout. Ashley kind of does that with us where we'll post like a picture, but I thought it'd be cool if you did like a 30-day where they were accountable to post a picture.
I think that's awesome.
I don't know if you would.
Do it up. Do whatever you want.
That's a good idea.
Lisa, do you want to mush the social media, swearing, and what coaches do you follow? You want to put all that stuff together? They kind of like go hand in hand in a way?
I'm sure we can flow it together. I don't know. I don't have that thought process in my head.
I got you, girl. I got you.
Okay, so the next question is, how do you post to social media? What do you post? And how do you not care what other people think or stop thinking that you're being annoying? This is such a great question. I don't know. You start this one off, Serena.
So this is actually one of my favorite topics because I am so big into tough love. It's something that you have to work on every single day. No one's going to wake up and be like, I suddenly don't care what other people think. It's just not possible. You have to just chisel away at that hard exterior a little bit every day, get a little more confident every day. But think about it like this. If you're ever afraid to post something on social media, you're paralyzing yourself. You're letting other people take that control over you. And it's just such a waste of time and a waste of energy. And look at all the opportunities you're going to miss out on. If you're a coach and you're afraid to talk about it, and you're afraid to post about it, I mean, no one's going to know what you're doing. They're going to go find another coach. So you're really just shooting yourself in the foot. And as far as, well, actually, there are podcasts that are really, really good. I'm going to post it in my team page tomorrow, and then Marissa can just copy from my page. There are some awesome podcasts that I listen to about getting over your fear, and they really, really, really help. It's basically a tough love podcast about, like, put your big girl panties on. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. This is your life. And, it really does not matter at all what anyone thinks. Bottom line.
Because those people that maybe think you're annoying, cool. Let them think you're annoying. Like, they're clearly have something wrong in their head or in their life that they find someone who has positive energy to be annoying. So clearly that's not something that you want in your life anyway. So screw them. Don't even worry about, the opinion of one or two people, because the amount of people that you're going to impact by what you post on social media is incredible. And don't underestimate the power of social media and Facebook, because there are so many people. Like, think about it, people are on your Facebook that you probably don't talk to. You never know who you're impacting at all. You never know who's watching you. So to not post because you're afraid of what someone's going to think is, you got to get over it. Like, that's just the bottom line. You have to get over it.
Plus, it's probably all in your head anyway, because
it's projection for sure.
Exactly. Because unless someone actually says to you, dude, your posts are so annoying, chances are you're not being annoying and you're just living in your head. So you have to come out of that mind space and be positive. Otherwise, you're just going to paralyze yourself. Yep,
absolutely. And as far as how do you post to social media, what do you post? You're just going to post your 3 vital behaviors. Your 3 vital behaviors that are going to take you to the top is your personal development, inviting people to your challenge groups, and being the product of the product, drinking your Shakeology, doing your workout. That's the kind of stuff that you're going to post. But when you're posting, make sure you're not always talking about yourself, and you're actually adding value and you're impacting someone's life. When you're always talking about yourself, it's going to be hard for people to relate to you. So you want to make sure you give people those feel-good feelings. That's going to keep people coming back to you and being like, well, I want to go to Serena because she always makes people feel good, or she talks about her struggles, or she makes me feel like I'm not alone. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable in this business in order to be successful. I'll tell you that right now. And if you refuse to do that,
work on it.
Yeah, you got to work on it.
Yeah, social media is
development.
What?
I said personal development. You got it.
For sure. And just be you. Just be yourself. Post what you're doing, what journey you're on, the ups and downs. Show people that you're relatable, that you're human, that you're not this perfect, I eat well all the time, I never miss workout, I never have a bad day. First of all, liar. Second of all, no one can relate to that. You have to be real. Post personal things. Show your beautiful daughter. I'm a mom. I want to see other people showing silly things that their kids do. It's going to make me laugh, and it's going to make me think, oh my God, my son did that too. And now we can have a conversation about it. Post everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. everything, you know?
Yeah, because what's worse than, you know, seeing all these Fitspo people on Instagram who have all these chiseled muscles and they're, you know, they're gorgeous with their long hair and their tan bodies, and you're like, shit, like, I could never be like that. I don't know what this person's like at all. You know, so you want to be that person where she's like, cool, this is just like a fit chick who works out every day. You know, she drinks this awesome shake, and I'm going to use myself as an example, but she's an army wife and she's about to have a baby. Like, that's cool. Like, that's relatable. Like, that's real life stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to share your whole life and not just try to be perfect, because nobody is perfect, and that's boring and it's not relatable whatsoever. You know, if you're in the middle of your workout and you feel like quitting, you know, don't quit, but post about it later. You know, post a sweaty selfie that's like, oh my God, I wanted to give up so bad today, but I decided that I was just going to keep pushing through, and now I feel so much better. Like, that's the kind of stuff you got to post about. It's not crazy stuff. You don't have to be, you know, an expert in anything. You just have to be yourself.
Yep.
I have a question with all of that. Would you also like say and agree that you need to make sure you find that happy balance between your Beachbody posts and your real life posts? Because I had a girl that I'm friends with on Facebook actually post the other day this rant about all these people who are, you know, in their, as she called, pyramid schemes, posting all this stuff on Facebook. And she's like, the minute your Facebook becomes more about she listed off like everything, Shakeology, your Herbalife, your wraps, whatever, all that stuff, and I don't know that you have kids anymore, is the minute I'm going to delete you. And so it's like, I start panicking, like, I don't want to come off as salesy or whatever. And
Not projecting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, right. And I ended up messaging her the next day just to see how she was doing. And she sent me this long message and was like, thank you for posting about your girls and your life. And you're sincerely trying to help people and not just get money. And she's like, and I'm like, okay, well, I must be doing something right. Like, I'm okay. But it's making me make sure, like, I'm trying to find that balance where not every single post is my Shakeology or my workout post or, you know, like, really still getting important.
Because people want to know that you're a real person and you're a real girl just trying to, you know, live your dream life of being able to stay at home with your girls and supporting your family and not having to worry about bills. Like, who doesn't want that in their life? You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, talk about your family. Talk about, you know, your vacation that you're going on, whatever. People want to know that you're a real person.
People can sense that too. And I know Marissa will agree. People can sense when you're only about a buck. If all you ever talk about is Beachbody, people know that's all you care about is business. You know, I mean, it's important for people to know what you do. Don't ever be afraid to post what fitness program you're doing, what company you work for, the perks you get. Don't be afraid, but definitely find that healthy balance. And that's something that might take a little while. But yeah, that's a good question, Ashley. Definitely find a balance.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Serena, this is your post, or this is your answer. So someone had asked, I swear a lot. I know, this is directed towards Serena. I know you don't have the cleanest mouth, and I totally appreciate it to no end, but also I don't want to sound like a trucker. So what's your advice with posts?
My advice is to step back and pretend you're not you. Write out your post, whatever comes to mind, whatever, like, you know, flows through your fingertips, and then take a step back and read it and think to yourself, if I wasn't me, if I was one of my followers, if I was just a person on Facebook and I read this, would I think, whoa, she's really getting the point across? But I think, oh my God, you sound like you're trash and you're immature because all you're doing is cursing. You know, you have to remember that people are reading this and you want people to follow you and look up to you. So it's okay. I mean, in my opinion, it's okay to throw the F-bomb when it's appropriate. Like, for example, you don't want to, I said this today. I'm like, you don't want to post and be like, wait, you guys, do any of you have kids near the call right now?
No.
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 Okay, good.
Oh, God.
You don't want to be like, you guys, I've seen this really fucking
Corey.
He's so fucking good. Like, you sound, no one's going to take you seriously. You know, there's a way to do it. Like, I suggest,
Intact.
exactly. I suggest reading some of my posts. And I also suggest following Amy Silverman because she definitely has like a really cool way of dropping it in without looking like she's trash. It just makes her look like she's hardcore. So yeah, don't sound like a piece of trash.
All right. So I struggle with talking to new people and transitioning into talking about Beachbody. I feel awkward and I'm not good at it. How do you ladies find new people? Shoot, I just lost it. Sorry, guys. Serena, can you read it?
I struggle with talking to new people and transitioning into talking about Beachbody. I feel awkward and I'm not good at it. How do you ladies find new people and start conversations? Examples are awesome. You want to start? You want me to?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. So I know Marissa has been there before. I know I have. I'm sure at least some of you have felt this way, that you feel like you've talked to everybody that you know ever in life, okay? Chances are it's not true. You're just stuck in a rut. So what you do is unfollow Beachbody coaches. Okay, I mean, I don't even know how many Marissa and I unfollowed, but if you unfollow Beachbody coaches, you're actually going to start to see other people show up in your newsfeed and be like, "Oh my God, I forgot about that girl. Oh yeah, let me write her down." You know, because your life gets so consumed with who you surround yourselves with that pretty soon it's like Beachbody coach, Beachbody coach, Beachbody coach. You lose sight of like real life people. I hope that doesn't come off the wrong way. You know, unfollow Beachbody people. Get negative people off of your Facebook. I don't care if it's your cousin. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's people, you know, that you've known for 15 years and you feel bad about it. No, unfollow these people because it's going to basically bring you a whole new Facebook page. And then
So do you guys unfollow the top coaches too?
I follow the ones that I super, super, super admire. Like I follow Amy, Anita, Raina. I think maybe like 5 or 6 of them. Like that. Yeah. Like their stories have impacted me so bad. But further than that, I wouldn't follow any coaches. I mean, I wouldn't. I follow my very close friends, my teammates, you know, girls that I don't feel like there's ever a competition because, you know, it's so easy to compare yourself. Well, I don't have that many followers. She's got more followers. Why does she have 95 likes and I only have 17? As soon as that happens, you need to just unfollow these people. It's going to open up a whole new Facebook page. And then your next step should be, if you haven't used the memory jogger, guys, you have to use the memory jogger. And if you don't know what that is, in your back office. And I have it on my team page, Liz, if you want to look in the files whenever you have a minute, whenever you can. And then when people start to like and comment on your stuff, go through that list of people. Why is Rob trying to FaceTime me right now?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Oh my God, he's freaking me out. Why is he FaceTiming me, Marissa?
I don't know.
This isn't at all awkward.
If you want, you can pick it up and I can interject.
Okay.
Okay, so as far hey, Rob. Hey.
It's facing away from us.
I know. Say hi.
It's me. You're on our Zoom call.
Bye.
We're on a Zoom call. Marissa and I are having a Zoom call with our teams right now.
I messed up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
No,
No, my gosh, it's fine.
I realized mid Zoom, and I have my phone away because
You're like, oh no, Serena, oh no.
Totally fine, Chelsea. I promise.
you're gonna be excited for the.
Okay, I muted her. Okay, to answer this question. Shoot, I lost it again. Okay, we're talking to new people and transitioning and talking about Beachbody. So I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. When I'm talking to new people, it's actually not that hard to transition into Beachbody. Why? Because when someone comes to my Facebook page, they immediately know what I'm about. They know that I'm into health. They know that I'm into fitness. They know that I work out. They know that I'm having a baby. So if your Facebook, if you're not posting consistently on Facebook, people are never going to know what you're going to do, what you're doing, and it's going to make it a lot harder for you to want to bring up the fact that you are a Beachbody coach and that you love health and fitness and that you run challenge groups, right? Does that make sense? So make sure that you're always staying consistent with your posting every day, because it's just going to be natural in conversation. When you start a conversation with somebody, you know, maybe you ask about their kids or their dog or, you know, where they got their shirt or something like that, then they're going to be like, well, how are you? You know, you look great. You look super fit. You know, what are you doing? Then you'll be like, oh, thanks. I'm doing Body Beast. It's really awesome. And then they're probably going to be like, well, that's awesome. You know, you're really inspiring. I wish I could be that fit. And you're like, well, wait, you totally can. Like, I have this challenge group that's coming up. I would love for you to join. And then you just go from there. So it's really, it's not that hard to really transition to talk about Beachbody as long as you are doing your thing every single day. Otherwise, it's going to make it a lot harder. Okay, when someone says no to you about a product, how do you proceed? You just keep going. Who cares? People are going to say no. If you let 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 people stop you, you're just digging yourself a hole, really, to be honest. You just have to keep going, because there's going to be more people that are going to say yes. And like I said, this is a numbers game. So the more people that you talk to, the more no's that you're probably going to get, but you're also going to get a ton of yeses too. So keep that in mind too. And that comes with personal development. When people are saying no, they're not saying no to you personally. They're just saying no, not right now. And sometimes it's not a matter of, like I said, they're not saying no to you, but you just have to figure out maybe what their goals are, or maybe they're just having confidence issues at the moment. But keep them in mind, and never ever write anybody off just because someone said no one time. Hold on, Serena's calling me. Hello? I don't know, you got off. Yeah, just hop back in. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, she got kicked off. All right, moving on to the next question. What type of free non-Beachbody related groups do you run? We pretty much already covered that in the beginning. What apps do you use for photography and video editing? Serena and I discussed this, and we're going to screenshot our phones tomorrow and post it in the group for you guys can see what we have. Who are your favorite coaches to follow and why? And then we already covered this. We wanted to talk about unfollowing coaches. So in the beginning, when you first sign up to be a coach, you're going to want to follow your fellow Beachbody coaches because you want to learn as much as you can from them. But as you start to progress in your business, comparison can really tend to take over. So this is something that Serena and I did lately is we just went through and we unfollowed so many coaches. And not only does that free up your newsfeed like she talked about before, but it also takes away that comparison aspect because it can get to be a huge struggle. And you don't want to let that get in your way. So my favorite coaches to follow, I don't know, I love to follow Lindsay Matway. She was one of our top coaches in 2014. I follow Chelsea, I follow Rob. I follow, I believe, Jody on our team. But like when, you know, the more familiar that you become with Shred Nation and the business, you're going to learn who are top coaches, who are successful coaches. And, you know, you might not click with some coaches and you might click with other coaches. It doesn't mean you have to follow everybody. Just follow who you want. And, you know, that's my piece. I don't know if Serena wants to add to that.
No, that was perfect. I'm really sorry about that, you guys. I got super nervous because, like, I don't know why Rob would be calling me at 10 o'clock, and I just got really nervous. So I'm really, really sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, I would definitely keep those around who inspire you to be better. And the ones that inspire your creativity, because, I mean, I steal stuff from Marissa all the time. I think she's brilliant on social media. I learned so much from her. And lucky for me, she's my success partner and my best friend. And she's always like, girl, what's mine is yours. So it's not a problem. If there are people that really inspire you to be better and to do better, I think you should keep following them. But as soon as you start to get jealous or feel insecure, you know that you've got to pull the plug.
Yeah. And know that, guys, like within a team, like copy the shit out of each other. Like make it your own, put your own twist on it, but use each other as inspiration. Use Shred Nation coaches as inspiration. Just don't get caught up in, well, I have to do what they're doing because they're successful. Because everybody starts this business at a different time. Everybody is in different seasons of their business. So what works for somebody at some point might not work for you at that point, and vice versa.
I don't know if you guys want to write down a couple more names just to get a feel of like who we follow, so you can check them out and see if you vibe with them. But I really like Raina Odell. She's sassy and she has that like honesty, kind of tough love thing about her that I really like. Amy Silverman, Andrea Crowder, Megan Ewaldson. I love Tara Carr. I know Marissa really likes her. Yeah. Summer Tucker.
Oh, I love Summer Tucker.
Yes, you do. Tracy Morrow. I really like her. She made me cry like a baby at Summit. I love Anita Myron.
A couple dudes too, like Jimmy Hayes.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Hayes and
Scotty Hobbs.
I definitely have a crush on both of them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, and then obviously like Rob and Chelsea, and I follow some Shred Nation people. Like I learned a lot from Joni Tabasso. I think she's excellent on social media. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Like besides like my personal like close friends. So yeah, those are just a few names for you guys if you're interested.
All right. Next question is, how do you create more engagement in your posts? So a lot of the time you'll see Beachbody coaches post and you'll see that they have a ton of likes. You'll see that they have a ton of comments. Getting engagement in your post requires giving value in your post. And that also comes with calls to action. And call to action is just a question at the end that literally requires engagement. Normally it's people's opinion. If we're being honest, everyone wants to give their opinion on Facebook. Yes. So asking people's opinion. And this could, it doesn't even have to be Beachbody related. It could be, one of our friends, Katie, had posted something today like, I'm wearing this dress to a wedding this weekend. I need some advice on what jewelry to wear. Great post, nothing to do with Beachbody, but it's still relatable. And what it's going to do is when you have engagement on your posts, those people are going to pop up in your news feed more often, and you're going to pop up in theirs, because every time you comment and you engage with each other, you start to become more, I guess you get boosted into their news feed more often, which is a really cool thing. So you always want to have a call to action. Not every post I have a call to action on, because sometimes it just comes off weird. So I like to just have normal posts every once in a while too during the day.
Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna comment either. If you're a newer coach, you can't expect to post something and have 95 likes on it. That all comes with time, and it comes with adding a lot of value to people's lives and impacting them in certain ways, all different ways. So don't feel like likes or comments are something that defines you as a coach, because it doesn't. I promise.
And you've got to learn what people like. I posted a picture the other day of me wearing a headband. And it said, true or false, a 32-year-old mom can buy and wear a girl's headband from Target. It was like the dumbest, simplest thing ever. And I got like 170 likes on that picture.
Oh my God, did you really?
Of me in a headband. And it's just like people like to see you being you. Once you get comfortable and you know who you are as a person, as a coach, it's easier to put yourself out there and people will want to engage. It's also a matter of being consistent. If you post once a week, no one's going to remember you. Yeah. If it's important to you to leave like your legacy in a way, to really make an impact, you've got to be consistent. And I think that the most important posts involving calls to action are about challenge groups, are about like when you change your profile picture or your cover photo that really talks about you being a coach and why and how you're changing your life and you're helping people get healthy. Things like that really need to have a call to action. Otherwise, no one's going to know that they can reach out to you about it.
Yeah. You always have to make yourself available to people. Let them know that there's always an option to contact you, whether it's, liking your status or commenting on the status, and you'll send them more details about your challenge group, or telling them that your inbox is always open, or I don't know.
I like the ones that like you say, please like or share if you agree, or please like or share if you know someone like this. And then you could do like, you could do a picture of you after you work out and you're all sweaty, or you're, happy, or whatever the hell you do in your post-workout photo. And it can say, tag your workout buddy, or tag someone who motivates you. And it's going to bring more people in. And if you set your page to public, which is really freaking scary, really, really scary, because the internet is a terrifying place, people are going to start following you. People that you don't even know are going to start commenting on your posts and liking them. Like, people comment on my stuff and share my posts, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is. Yeah. But I want my business to grow. I want people to know who I am. I want them to know that even though I'm a stranger, they can still reach out to me if they need me. So set all of your things to public once you feel comfortable. If you're not like a huge business builder, I wouldn't say you have to do it tomorrow, but if this is something that's really important to you, I think you're going to have to get over the fear. Mm-hmm. So far, nothing crazy has happened.
I had something crazy happen.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, some guy commented, all of my kids' posts I keep private, but then everything else I keep public. Well, I had posted a picture of Kylie. We were at Walmart and she's posing in her new cowgirl boots, and her sweatshirt did not match her pants because it was cold. Who matches a kid's sweatshirt to their pants? And some guy commented on it and was like, and this is what happens when like dressing your kids at Walmart goes wrong or something. No idea who he was. Like somebody from North Carolina, had no mutual friends, nothing. So I'm like, I blocked him and deleted his comment. I had a whole bunch of my family blow up on him because like, that's my 3-year-old daughter you're making fun of. What is wrong with you? Well, then I posted a picture of me and Justin at my cousin's wedding on my like page, and he commented on that picture and was like, and this is what happens when you dress up from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah,
And I was doing that.
block and delete, my friends.
Yeah, I
Block
did.
and
I'm like,
delete.
you are creepy. Like, you have nothing to
That block and delete button.
Yeah, well, I blocked him, but he could still comment on my like page, so I don't understand how that works. Because I blocked him from like my personal page, but then he was able to comment on my like page.
Yeah, you got to change your settings.
How do I do that? I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know,
That
creepy.
could be, Ashley, sometimes that happens when you're engaging with someone. Like I've had people who I don't know comment on my stuff, but you said there's no mutual friends, but maybe it's someone who follows somebody else on your friends list, and it popped up in their news feed, and he was just wanted to be an asshole.
I know.
So.
Yeah, sometimes Corey's ex-girlfriend, her posts always pop up on my wall, and I'm not friends with her at all.
Really?
I think it's because other people comment on it that
You're friends with.
her eventually or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. All right, a couple more questions here. What does a typical day look like for you two as an active Beachbody coach? For me, I'll be completely honest. I actually don't have a 100% set schedule. I just don't. I kind of do my stuff on the whim, or on the cuff, off the cuff, whatever. But I get the things done that I need to every day. So I do my workout, I do my personal development, but I don't have like a set time that I do each one of them. I'm constantly engaging with my team. I'm constantly finding things on Pinterest that I can add to my challenge groups or to my team page or to put in my posts. So, Beachbody is constantly running through my brain all day, every single day. But I don't have I wake up at 7 o'clock and I do my workout, and then at 7:30 I eat my breakfast, and 8 o'clock, I don't work like that. That's just not, and I don't have to, honestly, because I don't have anything else in my way at the moment. But if you have a full-time job, then you need to prioritize and set a schedule, because you want to maximize your success with Beachbody as much as you can with the time you have. So that's just my day. Serena, I don't know if you want to explain your day. I think our days are kind of similar.
As far as business related stuff, I used to have a power hour where that specific time I did X, Y, and Z. But through trial and error, I learned that because I have a 4-year-old at home still, it doesn't always work out. Sometimes I need to do 2 things and then wait 4 hours and do 3 other things. But I have those non-negotiable activities that no matter what, I get them done. It might not all get done in the morning, but they always get done, no questions asked. And if you're curious at all about what my non-negotiables are, I will send it to Marissa, and she can share it with you guys on your page. But you know, I know that I have to talk to people every day. I have to invite. I have to start new conversations. I have to work out. These are things that are just never going to change. So it doesn't matter when you do these things, in my opinion. It just matters that you do them. Obviously, rest days are important. So if, you know, you have a rest day, that's perfect. That's wonderful. And I always check into my challenge groups. I always check into my free groups. Like, I make sure to always post something in the morning and I post something at night. But like, try not to get too wrapped up in that stuff, because you'll end up replying to everybody's comments and you're going to be posting 15 times in your challenge group and ignoring everything else. Like, you have to prioritize. Like, is posting 15 times a day in your challenge group really going to help? No, you're taking time away from other things that are more important, like building new relationships and following up with your leads and, you know, talking to somebody about Shakeology or whatever.
Yeah, make sure you're doing business building activities every single day.
Yeah, and
that's
like
just the basics too. Inviting, talking to new people.
It's beyond important to take time for yourself, though. Like, there are so many times where I'll message Marissa and I'll be like, head's gonna pop off, and she's like, dude, go take 10 minutes.
Go take
like,
a walk.
You have to take time. Yeah, anything. It doesn't matter if, you know, you've got a full-time job. It doesn't matter if you work from home full-time. It doesn't matter if you have kids, if you don't. It doesn't matter. You have to take time for yourself, because there's always going to be something in your day that's going to bring you down, or it's going to try to bring you down. So if you need to just step outside and scream, so it sounds silly, but I used to do that. So, you know, just make sure you get all of your vital behaviors in, and I'm going to send Marissa my list just in case.
All right, so almost last question. How do you reignite the fire for your coaches who have become inactive or give up? Okay, so as you're growing your business, this will be a struggle. But the importance of this is that you can't make this stuff personal. If you have coaches on your team who are not willing to do the work, who are not willing to plug into trainings, who are not willing to show up to do their workout, to drink Shakeology every day, there is simply nothing else that you can do. Okay, so you're not here as a coach to drag anybody. You're not here as a coach to try to coax someone into getting their workout in. You're here for encouragement and support. That's your job as a leader, to lead by example, but you can't drag anyone out of the trenches. If someone doesn't want to do this for themselves, then that's not your problem, it's theirs. So don't get caught up in that, because I know it's very, very easy to get caught up in that and to take it personal and to feel like, well, my coaches are inactive and they keep falling off. This is my fault. What am I doing wrong? It's not your fault. As long as you are showing up every single day, it's not your fault that you have coaches in your team who are not showing up.
And it happens to everybody. It happens to Chelsea. It happens to Rob. It happens to everybody. Like, if you look at the statistics, it'll show that 80%, it's the 80-20 rule, 80% of coaches at some point are going to fall off. But it doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. For me, it's really, really important to make sure that I'm always on the same level as all my coaches. I know it's important for Marissa too. Like, you have to make sure that you are really familiar with your coaches' goals, you know, what they want out of the experience, and make sure that you never push them beyond their limit. You always encourage them, let them know that you're always there to support them. Because if you don't know what they want out of it, and you feel like you're just trying to get them to do this, but what if they don't want to do it? What if they have no desire? You're burning yourself out. So, yeah, just to add to what Marissa said, I would make sure that you really understand what each of them is in this for.
Yeah, because some people are in this Some people are in this because they just want friends. You're going to have coaches on your team who you can give them all the business tools that you want. You can tell them do all these trainings, but some people just want the community of support and positive people, and you can't drag those people to want to build a business. You just can't. So you have to keep your focus on those who are showing up every day, the people who want to build a business. Focus on them. Don't neglect your other coaches. Let them know they're always there for a support and encouragement, but try not to force something on them that they just don't want. We want all of our coaches to be emeralds and diamonds and star diamonds, but if I have coaches on my team who just want to have a positive influence in their life, then emerald or diamond is not a priority. And that's totally fine, but don't burn yourself out thinking that everyone has to be rank advancing or things like that. So focus your time, be smart, and know that you're doing your absolute best, and your best is good enough.
Yeah, I think that's so good what Marissa just said. Like, not everybody wants to rank advance, and that's okay. Like, I want to build $1 million business, and I have coaches who, are happy with being a part of the community, drinking Shakeology, and that is perfectly fine for me. I just want them to be happy because not everybody wants the money. Not everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of respecting every single person's goals. Focus on the people who want you to give your time. Don't focus on the people who don't give a shit. Make sure you're loving on everybody, because it's lame and cheesy, but like Carl says, everyone matters, and it's true. Like, your team is not a team without each and every one. But if there are people who are just not doing what they're supposed to do, you can't force them. All you can do is support them and hope that they come around one day.
Yeah. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right?
That's right.
All right. So last question is, what do you do for the first month to help a new coach get started right? Okay. So my agenda for a first coach in their first month, I have it up on my board or on my wall here, and it starts with a getting started right call. So once you sign your coaches, you give them your welcome letter that you send out. And I have a welcome letter. You guys are more than welcome to use it, copy it, make it your own, do whatever you want with it, recreate it, put your own spin on it, doesn't matter. But what I do for that first GSR call is I always ask them what their goals are, what they expect in the next 30 days from their business. If you have someone who's like, I'm just trying to lose weight, like I'm not trying to build a business, cool. Treat them like a challenger. Don't be throwing business tools at them. Don't be trying to get them in trainings, because it's not going to work. If someone wants to be a challenger, they're going to be a challenger and have the discount. It's cool. So you want to confirm or, encourage that your coaches are being a product of the product. If they're serious about this business and they want to make some money and they want to change some lives, you got to follow 3 vital behaviors. You have to be a product of the product. And then maybe help them craft their first social media post. This is the thing that people get stuck on the most is, well, how do I put myself out there? Have them make something that maybe they want to talk about and then help them tweak it. Me and Erin worked with each other today on that, and it turned out really awesome. She had a great post. And just to encourage them, post about your workout, post about how they feel, what this journey has done for them, even just a week in. And then see if they're all good with their goals, then see if they're interested in hosting a challenge group. If they're not comfortable with hosting one on their own, which you're probably not in your first month, then you should make, as a coach, as a working active coach, you should be hosting challenge groups every single month. So you're going to have a challenge group that you're going to be able to plug your new coaches into, where they can be a fly on the wall, and they can, they can add to it every day and, get a feel for what a challenge group is really all about. and then help them start to get a list of people to put together. Use the memory jogger that Serena talked about earlier. And I know I posted, if you're in my Push to Emerald group, I had posted it in there. If you find that your coaches are ready to run and they're ready to do this business, then the first priority would be teaching them how to reach Success Club 5 and making that a no matter what. You can reach Success Club 5 in your first 30 days. There's no doubt about it. People do it all the time. It's called a success starter. And then if you want to even go further and they're really, pedal to the metal, get them to, or help them reach their first rank advancement, which is Emerald coach. So that's 2 coaches underneath them. And then hold them accountable to these, simple 3 vital behaviors for a week, and then get them enrolled in Coach Prep School. You guys, don't forget about Coach Prep School. It is so important. It's such a useful tool that Rob and Chelsea have spent so much time on, and it's going to help your coaches run in there for the first time and really get a good foundation for their business and come out more confident and understanding of the entire business. So make sure you're plugging them in there as soon as possible. That's what I do for the first month. That seems like a lot, but it's not.
It's all good stuff, though.
It's really just going over goals, plugging them into your challenge group, helping them craft a post, getting them into training.
That was so awesome, Marissa. I'm glad that you had all that down, because honest moment, I have not done very many GSR calls because a lot of my coaches, it just wasn't lining up with their priorities. So I, just didn't do it. But can I just say that Liz has signed up for a new coach experience for November, and I'm very excited for her to do it.
I love new coach experience. Oh, and Erin too. Woohoo!
Yay! Oh my gosh!
You guys can be buddies.
Woohoo!
Cool. So,
you get them all?
Just following that, yeah, I think so.
Really? Look at us like old ladies, like, hey.
This one says, how do you approach people about becoming a coach, challengers versus non-challengers? We wanted to talk about Chelsea's webinar.
Oh, I can give a straight out blunt answer for that one.
Okay.
What I did is, I work from a list, forever and ever, amen. Thank you, Rob Pearson. I always work from a list. And on that list, you've got people who would make a good coach and why. And then I've got my challengers, and from them who would make a good coach. Now you have to remember, not every coach is going to be a business builder, and not every coach is going to be a business builder from the very beginning. You never know what could happen, and even if they're not a business builder, that's okay. You don't have to be interested initially. And I have coaches on my team who've been with me for like a year now, and they're still not interested in building a business. And I don't care because they've had fantastic results. They're healthy. They're happier than ever. So when you have people who have really been happy with the products, the Shakeology and workout, that's a great time to bring up coaching because they're familiar with it. They love Shakeology, and what's better than saving money? I mean, I'm so big on saving people money. It's not even funny. Even if it's $20 a month, I feel like that's huge because that could almost fill up my car at this point. So if there are people who've had amazing results, if there are people who are leaders in a challenge group, people who that are just positive and sometimes you can just tell when people have that spark. Just tell them why they would be a good coach. Don't be afraid to be honest. Let them know that they're a good leader and that they're a good influence and they inspire you. Whatever it is, let them know, because chances are they're not going to see that in themselves. Like when my coach came to me about being a coach and she told me why, I was like, you must be talking to somebody else. we don't see ourselves the way other people do. So just be honest with them. Make sure that you differentiate between what you do as a coach and what they can do as a coach. It doesn't have to be about sales. I mean, it's never about sales. That's not what I mean. It doesn't have to be about products only. It doesn't have to be about building your own business from home. There's so many different ways to go about it. But Chelsea did a really awesome webinar. You'll like never need another answer again as far as how to approach people about being coaches after you watch this one. So we'll make sure to post that for you guys from the archive.
And take into account like the community. Like if you're on this team call right now and you love this, like you love the people on this team, like don't forget to talk about us. Don't forget to talk about the team, you know, that stands behind you, because that, you know, having those kind of people in your life is a game changer. A lot of people don't have positive, uplifting people in your life. So if you can help someone and bring them into a community where they're going to be lifted up and always encouraged, then dude, that's like priceless.
Yep, the community aspect for me, out of everything, the fitness, the personal development, the Shakeology, you know, everything that Beachbody offers as far as being a coach, my number one thing is community. This is a family, you know, like building those relationships. That is so big that it's something else that you could lead with, you know. I don't know, choosing your own family, you know, lifelong. Like I met Marissa through Facebook in January or something like that.
Yeah, something.
It's been less than a year and we clicked immediately. We met in person for the first time at Summit in July.
Mm-hmm.
We met in person just twice. And we both hit diamond within a week of each other. I mean, we talk all the time. It's, you know, so there are just so many things that you could bring up, you know, with being a coach. You just have to, you know.
Think lightly of it. Don't overwhelm yourself or think it's any more than it is. You know?
Yeah.
You have to remember this is a beautiful business opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So
and also,
it's a gift to invite people to.
It's true. And you know, if and when people say no, because they're going to, don't just count them out forever. It's just a no right now. It took me a year and a half to sign up to be a coach. A freaking year and a half.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Chelsea for probably close to maybe a year and a half on Facebook before I was like, all right, what are you doing? You know, like, so people are always watching. But that's probably going to wrap up tonight. This was a pretty long call. Normally our calls are not this long.
Yeah, ours are usually like a half an hour.
Yeah, don't be scared. But it is recorded. I will post it in the team page tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be stopped processing by then. Does anyone have any last minute questions before we hop off for the night?
Sorry we like fried your guys' brains.
Yeah, I know we did, but it's worth it. It's a lot of information, but if you took notes, and you can always refer back to this webinar, so Erin's probably going to text me and be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this
so much stuff.
I don't want to do this ever again.
Like, don't even know half the stuff you guys are even talking about.
But that's good now. Now you have a list of things to go to Marissa and be like, what does this mean?
Yep.
What was she talking about?
Yep.
If you do coach prep, you'll learn so much.
What'd you say, Kirsten?
If you do coach prep, you'll learn so much.
Yeah.
It's
Between you coach experience and coach prep school, you'll be golden.
Game
Kirsten just
changers.
came out of that, and she's a rock star already.
Yes.
That's Ashley's coach, not mine. Props to Ashley. Okay, anyway. All right, well, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging on with us tonight. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.